Hey girl, hey, it's your girl Kim, and welcome to the last episode of season 1 of this podcast. Wow, I couldn't believe I made 12 episodes, and it's already August? What? I felt like 2020, like the time flew by so fast, but I'm still kind of like processing the entire thing. I felt like so many weird things happened. Level 8 of Jumanji is the hurricanes. There's like 2 hurricanes here in the States, and I'm sending all my love and prayers and warm hugs to the few people affected of these hurricanes. And it's just like 2020 in itself, if it's a person, it's like trying to, like, we should, when we think about it, we should be like 2020, always outperforming itself. I saw that in a meme, so whoever made that meme, thank you. That kind of reminded me about my goals in life. We should always strive for more. Anyways, today I'm gonna talk to you about awesome things I did in my 20s. And I feel like in my early 20s, I'm so focused about succeeding at a certain age that I sometimes forget to enjoy the journey. And I have to constantly remind myself to enjoy the ride. And every timeline is different. That's that my only competition is actually myself, and not to compare myself to others, which is kind of hard, especially when you're, starting out. So I feel like in my early 20s, I felt like a kid all over again. It's like I'm an infant. It's like, 20, level 0. Like, what did I got myself into? So I made a top 10 list of what I thought was the most awesome things I did. There might be some that I may have forgotten. Like, these are the only things that comes to my mind right now. And so I made a list. This is not in any way to brag about anything, but more like a reflection in life. I feel like this podcast is my reflection paper in a way. Like, let me know in the comment section below what are the awesome things that you did in your life, no matter what age group or age range you are. And also thanks to my sponsor, my homeboy Julio, for this awesome Yeti mic. This podcast is possible. It's made possible because of you. I don't know, my voice is weird. Thanks. I can't English. It's too early in the morning here. Thanks for believing in me, and I'm not sure if you guys check out the description box below, but also many thanks to my friend Lalasor, who made this artwork I've been using for this entire episode. So thanks, Sor. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys already know what to do. So anyways, here we go. Top 10 of the awesome things I did in my 20s. Let's go. Okay. So the number 1 that I wrote here is that I read a lot of books. And by that I mean like more or less, like this more like 100 books. I felt like it's like I look at my Goodreads page, and I read so far like 953 something. Who's counting anyways? Like, it's 900. My goal is like to reach 1,000 and more. But yeah, for me, a book is a luxury. Since growing up, I don't really have much spending money, and I live so far away from a library. And like when I was in high school, I tried to pick up a book once in a while at my school to maximize my tuition fee. And ever since I moved here in the States, and there's more, like, I'm so like blown away at how much access is granted for for you to use the library. And now most of it are online. So every like places I lived in, or like state or city, I try to open a library card or a library account so I can access their audiobooks and other books, because like I feel like here in Southwest Florida, I felt like my options kind of limited in a way because it's mostly geared toward senior citizens and books that I like in my early 20s or 20s growing up, whatever. It's most likely I found stuff like on the West Coast because I also used to live in California. So I try to use both accounts. If I can't find what I have here, I go check out my West Coast account, and I'm just like super duper grateful. I feel like books gave me another like what's that? It definitely broadened my horizons and made me like live different lifetimes, and because of books, I um, sympathize and empathize with people more. I felt like, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but anyways, you know what I mean. And also grateful to publishers who send books like in giveaways. Also grateful for book bloggers. I remember when I used to like blog in my old blogging days. Oh my god, I miss those. I love doing giveaways. I love supporting like writers and authors, and I'm really grateful for publishers from sending books my way or like doing giveaways again. And like whenever they're about to publish a book, they would like I like hyping it up, and I like to read books before they hit the shelves. I don't know. I totally enjoyed that life, and I wish I could do more. I wish I could read more, but before my goal was reading 50 books each year, or like 100, not really 100, like maybe 50, I think. And now I feel like every year I just want to surpass like reading 10 books. 2020, I'm not sure if I read anything, but I need to work on it, definitely. All right, moving on. I feel like that's just such a long answer for just talking books. I love books so much. Anyways, number 2 is I moved to a different country / continent, and now I'm in North America. And to be honest, I never thought that I'd be here. Like when I was a kid, I'm so immersed. I'm totally into like Japanese stuff that I thought I would move to Japan after high school or after college, and then I would live my Sakura dreams. But hey, everything happens for a reason, so there you go. I have yet to visit Japan, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. I feel like the experience is going to be different though, because now I'm grown. And when I was a kid, I'm just like starry eyed, like, oh my god, Japan, so kawaii, blah, blah, blah. And now like I'm an adult, I feel like I won't be so, what's the word, phased about it. I don't know, but I feel like I'm still excited going to Japan, and I can't wait for this quarantine to be over so I could live my Sakura dreams. Woohoo! Okay, number 3. I wrote here. I think this is pretty cool that I traveled the world, and I did a round trip around the world for the first time, by that like in one go. Like sure, I go to places from time to time, but like this one is like definitely around the world. Like from North America, I went to Europe, I went to the Middle East, and then to the Philippines, and back here in the States. And I never thought I'm gonna be that sort of person again, because when I was a kid, I thought like after high school or college, I thought I'd be like just traveling like Philippines, like the entire country, because there's like 7,000 islands, and I thought I would just island hop and be like, oh my god, this is great. But here I am. There's still a bunch of places like I like to visit, but I'm really glad I did this. And looking back, I have no regrets. I spent quite a lot of money, but I'm glad that I also did it with my family, so we kind of split the cost and save in a way. But I'm really glad I managed to pull it off, because I book everything online, and you know it is like you don't know if it's scam or not when you book things online, but it turned out to be like real legitimate people with genuine backgrounds and stuff. I'm just like still blown away as I wrote these things down. All right, number 4. By the way, this list is like in no particular order. These are just the things that pop up in my mind. So there you go. Number 4, I wrote, I became a nurse, and it's definitely life changing and one of the best decisions I ever made. Like, no matter how painstaking it is, I met my bestest true friends going through nursing school and after nursing school, and I'm having a great time and making a lot of memories doing so. I never thought I would, but hey, here I am. Number 5, I learned how to cook or bake or made my favorite meals. And again, this is like one of those things like I never thought I would do or learn to do so. But then again, in life, you gotta enjoy the small things, making things, creating things, and tasting different spices and herbs and mixing them all together and experimenting. And these are the things that I never thought I would do because, like one, growing up on limited, like Spice Rack. and when I was a kid and like in high school, I was just so afraid of fire and burning stuff and oil. But thanks to Food Network, and I managed to learn a lot, and now I'm an okay chef. Like, I can cook stuff. No big deal. Number 6, I discovered and found new hobbies that I actually really like. Like, I totally became so immersed into the art world, and I learned how to stream and made videos, and I made new friends doing so, and this podcast, like, wow, who would have thought, right? Who would have thought? So I'm really grateful for this hobbies. Number 7, driving different cars. So like while traveling, I drove different cars. I rented a car. I also recently bought a new car, and I never thought I'd be able to do so because like I'm like anxious or really nervous doing so. Because like, when you drive somebody else's car, it's like, oh my god, am I gonna wreck it? Oh my god. But now I'm like, okay, as long like I can drive, I'm a defensive driver, and I try to make sure that I like I can, like, what's the word, like when I do my brakes, that I'm not like, like so aggressive about it. But yeah, never thought I would do that, but I sometimes just push myself in order for me to achieve things and to go places, because like here in the States, I feel like, especially to the cities I like to visit, like public transport is quite limited, and it's easier to just drive around for some reason. So yep. Number 8, opening up to people and just being myself. Like in the process, I realize I know more about people than them knowing me. So I guess I just got used to comfortably or comforting people and guiding them, because growing up I have love and support surrounding me, and I grew up in a big family in different generations, so I kind of like pick up a few things here and there, like words of wisdom, and I'm truly grateful for the amount of wisdom that people shared to me. And I feel like in the process of like listening to people and me opening up to them and being vulnerable is actually a good feeling. I feel like if you open up to people a lot more, they get to know you a lot better, of course, and in the process you share this wonderful thing called friendship. And because of that kind of understanding, it will eventually bloom. Like you plant the seeds, and then eventually through time you get to know them. It will bloom to this friendship tree or flower or whatever you call it, and you have somebody you can actually count on and depend on, and it's a wonderful feeling to share. All right, so Number 9. I never thought, but I actually did it. I pursued my graphic design dreams. Like 2 years ago, or maybe in my early 20s, I never thought I would actually pursue this kind of like program. And then I discovered it because of YouTube and live streaming about the graphic design world. Because, like, I feel like in my 20s, I'm trying to search for answers, and I felt like I was stuck in nursing. That I'm just like, well, what's going on? Like, I'm kind of like, what's wrong with me? Because, like, there are certain things I'm trying to connect, like, the dots in my head, and I'm just like, there's something wrong with this situation. I just can't figure it out. And then I learned, like, what graphic designers do because of the live streaming and the internet. And I'm just like, oh, so because of graphic design, I'm able to learn more about myself and the world and how I see things. And so now I can kind of like correlate it. If I can't lay my finger on it, I'm like, oh, this is the problem. And I sort of know how to figure it out and like piece it all together. And because of graphic design, I definitely like my view about the world and everything like change. And I never thought that I would actually go into this program because I feel like art, especially in my family, is a luxury. And I don't know, I feel like if I can, like, I really want to make it work, and I really want to go into this field. And if I'm able to sustain myself doing art, that would be great, and I could quit my other job. I think like doing art stuff is so great and also fulfilling in a way. And I felt like I don't know why, for some reason in my early days, that I never thought I could actually make money out of it and I could sustain myself through it. But because of this day and age, I felt like anything is possible, especially here in the States. I feel like there's more love and support about supporting small businesses and independent artists, and all about credits and stuff like that. I'm just very excited to be in this field and not just like leaving a mark in the world or being like legendary or whatever. I'm more like, oh my god, I can actually create art and sell it to people, or like I can actually help people through art. Like, that for me alone is kind of like mind-blowing. And I'm really grateful for graphic design guiding me, or us, in this life, because without graphic design, like, what are letters and numbers and art in itself? And it's just like learning about art stuff. Like, oh my god, I feel like I can talk about it over and over. But like knowing and learning about art and just looking at architecture and different art forms, it's just like wow. It's like, I can't really describe the feeling, but it's really like heartwarming. And it's like, oh my god, like I never thought this color would actually work. Like, yeah, this combination, it's like, wow. And like branding and making stickers and merch, oh wow. I don't know, I just get excited over these things. And buying art supplies, wow, art supplies and stationaries, oh my god. So anyways, I feel like I'm straying away, but yeah, graphic design, woo. Last but not the least, oh boy, this is kind of like not really heavy in a way, but it's more like in my 20s, I feel like, it's like a nice feeling to, like, date people, hang out with different people, learn about, the ways of the world, and just knowing and picking up things that you like and you don't like. So I feel like, like, I like people, I like dating, I fall in love, I fell out of love, I fell in love again, found myself, I lost myself, and here I am. Because of that, it's kind of like character development, and like trying to follow my instincts, and again, going back to like what I thought, like, oh, at this age I'm gonna marry, at this age I'm gonna have a family, at this age blah blah blah, and comparing myself to others, I felt like for me as a whole, like everything is a process. So just trust the process, trust your instinct. If you see red flags, you know what to do. So yeah, love. It all comes back to love and character development. We're all about character development here. So yeah, that's basically it about the awesome things that I did in my 20s. I wish there was more that I could add to the list, but these are the things that came to my mind. And once again, thanks to my sponsor Julio for the Yeti mic and Lalasaur for the artwork. Check out the links in the description box below. Let me know about your thoughts about this entire thing, and let me know what you guys did, no matter what age group that you think is awesome, and we can bond over the comment section below. And thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all in season 2, which I don't know yet because I'm trying to brainstorm about topics and stuff, but I'm trying to like bring more like funny, juicy bits about the craziest things that happened to me at work. More on that on season 2, so make sure you subscribe so you can listen to this podcast in season 2. I'm trying to put up like sorts of topics for season 2. Also, let me know what do you guys want to hear for the next season. For the next season, maybe like another 12 episodes. We'll see. Everything's still on the works. And that's it. See you in the next one. Goodbye.